Now, where are you from?
St. Louis, Missouri, born and raised.
Certain part of St. Louis you rep?
Nah, I don't rep no side. I'm like in St. Louis, it's like you got the city and the county. So when you're in the city, it's like north side, west side, south side. Then the county is just like different parts of the county. So, but I'm from the county though.
Okay.
Most of my part growing up is in this county.
Still living in St. Louis?
No, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia now.
Oh, you live in Atlanta?
Yes, sir.
How old were you when you made that move?
16.
And
Yep.
I
was 16.
What was the reason for that move?
Just changing. I needed to change, just old habits. And now I'm creating new habits for myself, basically. And that's go back to my name change, that the Chief Mauri to Mauri Bandz. It was just symbolizing that I'm in a new city now, and I want to start fresh, basically. So
it wasn't, when you say 16, is this a move you did on your own? Is this something you did with your family? Is this...
Yeah, this a move on my own, really. I moved out here on my own. My mom and my dad, they still in St. Louis. And my little brother, he recently just moved out here this year. So now I'm with him, and now we just, we clicking, working together, trying to make things happen.
Older brother, younger brother?
Younger brother, 16 years old.
So you moved out here to Atlanta first, and then your younger brother followed?
Yep.
And you moved out on your own?
I moved out on my own, yep.
At 16 years old?
At 16.
I personally can't imagine that.
Yeah, it was...
I'd be worried about moving from one side of town to another
right.
At 16, or even being on my own at 16.
Right.
Let alone moving to a whole nother big city compared to a St. Louis. It's not like you're going from a big city to a smaller city. You're going from a big city to another big city.
Exactly. So and when I first got down here, like everything was like a little weird. Like people, it was like when I would walk into Lenox Mall, a lot of malls, and people just like look at me, like they'll just stare at me. I guess it's cause like it's like they know I'm not from Georgia. When I first got down here, like I was receiving a lot of like they know I'm not from Georgia, so people just look at you. So I just had to get used to it and adjust to it.
Why move to Atlanta out of all places?
Atlanta like the new Motown. Like everything come out of Atlanta right now. So musically, I feel like this was a better opportunity for me in St. Louis. So, but not moving out here and trying to just rep Atlanta, Georgia. It's like I'm coming out here to better my situation back in St. Louis. Like trying to put St. Louis on a higher level than where it's at now. So St. Louis can be the next big thing, what's coming out of St. Louis. So that was the change.
How does one at 16 years old navigate in a big city by themselves? Or did you have family out here already, aside from your immediate family?
Yeah, I got family out here. I got cousins and things like that. Not a lot, but a few. But like, it was just, it was kind of hard, that transition. It wasn't easy. It was kind of hard because like, I wasn't going to school. Like, I ain't been in school since my junior year, basically like my sophomore year. So when I started going to school, well, I went to school online, actually. That's what I was doing when I first got out here, going to school online or whatever. So it's not like I wasn't interacting with a lot of people. So this is just me, a lot of self-time, just to grow myself and my mentality and things like that as I'm maturing.
So did your family that lives in Atlanta help you at all with that move or that transition?
No, not really. Like, I go to their house and things like that and spend the night, kick it, we playing the game, things like that, but not like the move, helping with the move, but they're around, though.
How were you able to get a place to live? Is it somebody that had to help co-sign on it?
Yeah, I had like I got help, like from my sister and things like that. So, but that's pretty much it, though. Yeah.
I find it to be remarkable that a 16-year-old from St. Louis comes to Atlanta and does it really on their own.
Yeah.
Is that safe to say you did it on your own?
Kinda, but not really, because I got support. Like my daddy, my mama and stuff, they support me. So I got that. I got the backbone support, the support that I need. So without them, it's on my own, basically.
They were okay with you moving at 16, by yourself?
Yeah, it's
from St. Louis to Atlanta.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but they was down with it. So
this wasn't I'm sick of St. Louis. I'm running away. I'm mad at the world or my parents.
Nope.
This is a conscious
It
decision.
was, yeah. One day I'm in school. One day and I'm telling my partner C4 like, bro, I'm finna move to Atlanta. I'm telling him the things I'm finna do. I'm finna do this. I'm finna do that. I'm finna move though, man. I'm finna like try to make some shake with this music for real. So I'm in class like the last few. We finna go on like winter break, and I know I'm finna move. So like the last 2-3 weeks, man, I ain't even doing no work in class. I'm just like, man, I'm finna move. I'm finna be going to school online. So it is what it is. But that was that time. I'm hurt now and I'm stable, you know. So I got it going.
How does one? Okay, you had your sister help you with like cosign stuff like that, but how are you able to maneuver at 16 years old, money-wise, to sustain rent, to sustain money for music, and do this and do that?
I'm getting like, I make legal money. So it's legal money. So it was enough to, you know, support what I was doing and still doing, really.
I really find it remarkable.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Are you older than what your age is? Like, do you feel older than, you're doing this at 16, but do you feel like you're a 21-year-old doing this? Do you feel like you're a 25-year-old doing this? Are you more mature than what your actual age is, I guess is what I'm saying?
I can say I'm getting experience to some more mature things. At the time, though, I don't think was mature, but I was getting like I said, experience like doing older things that's out of my age. But like as I grew older, it just got easier though. So, and I'm 18 now. So,
you're 18 now.
Yeah, it's been 2 years, a year and a half. So
when you look back, was that the right move for you?
Sometimes I think like, man, I should have stayed because I was still in school. So, and I ain't go to like prom and things like that. So I'm like, man, I kind of missed out on like my childhood, like, cause I was growing up with all them people, elementary, middle school, high school. I ain't get to, you know, walk the stage with them and things like that. So I missed out, but then at the same time, it was like a win and a loss, really. So I just had to, win and a loss.
In 2 years, have you accomplished your goals or certain things you had set in your mind so far at this point looking back? Or did you go past your goals? Did you go under your goals of what you had set forth for, hey, by 18, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
By 20, I'm going to do, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Have you maximized these 2 years from St. Louis to Atlanta?
Okay, I could tell you like how I summarize these 2 years. When I first got to Atlanta, it was December 26, 2015. So the whole 2016, I was like, after every month, I look back on the progress. Like, what did I do this month? I look back every month. And then when I got to the end of the year, I looked at 2016, like that was a learning year for me. Like everything I did was just a straight learning experience. I came into 2017 thinking like, okay, I've been through that. Okay, I know it all. I got it. I got the game. I know what I'm finna do. I know how I'm finna move. 2017 came around. Then it kind of like, it was a smack in the face. Cause like, yeah, I learned them things, but then it kind of like hit me in the face again early 2017, telling me like, wait, you need to slow down a little bit, you know? So I had to take 10 steps back to get 110 steps forward. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Because I'm just thinking outside the box, right? From an outside perspective. I'm thinking somebody, let alone 16 years old, let alone the school stuff.
Yeah.
Just somebody moving from a St. Louis to an Atlanta, you got to see how the people move. You got to get acclimated to the environment, acclimated to how the people move. There's cliques, right?
Yep.
There's all kinds of different types of people that you might not be used to in St. Louis or might be used to,
Yep.
I don't know. Just the traffic and how to get from place to place and how to maneuver. You know, like for instance, in New York City, somebody living in New York City, you walk a lot of places. Mm-hmm. You don't really need to use a car. You use subway, the train, stuff like that.
Right.
In other cities, stuff may be more spread out where you have to rely on the car,
Right.
that sort of thing. So I'm just saying, from a person's standpoint, let alone your age, just the stuff you have to do to get right,
Right.
to feel like everything is normal
Right.
in the new surroundings, in the new settings, that could take some time.
Yeah, it did. That's why I said 2016 was just a learning year for me. I couldn't really move. Like everything I was telling my partner that I was going to do when I got to Atlanta, I couldn't do none of it. I couldn't move how I thought I was going to be to move. See, people, when people come to Atlanta or move to Atlanta, they think, yeah, on the internet, it's all turn up, it's lit. But like your real life, like after that, it's like it's another story. And trying to get to where you're trying to go, it's like, it's a process. When I got out here, I ain't have no video, man, to shoot in St. Louis, I could make a quick call, boom, 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 hit them up, let's do this. Out here, it wasn't the same, you know, and it's like people got their names already, they established, and it's like, it's like fish in the big tank, trying to find his way, trying to find food, trying to find all that type of stuff.
And people may look at that like, is this guy gullible? Will he fall for anything? Can we try to scheme off of him? Can we try to finesse him? Can we try to, they don't know who you are yet. They're trying to, I just can't imagine it, man. I'm trying to think back in my own life, and making a move like that is, I just see it taking an older person or an older age, more mature person to handle something like this. I'm trying to figure at 16, would I personally be able to do that? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I personally could do that.
Yeah, it's a lot on my shoulders.
I don't think a lot of people could do that.
Yeah. But, and then like you said, but like my background, like St. Louis, I come from like a grimy city. So it's like, how you say, if I'm gullible or they'll finesse me, I'm already 10 toes just from what I know from where I'm from. Just period. I'm already moving like, can I trust this? Can I trust that? Like I haven't been to a party. I probably been to one party in a year and a half since I've been out here. Just for the fact that we go to parties, you know, we like 5, 6 deep. So, you know, I'm with my guys and it's all good. Out here, you know, I can't move the same way. So, but at the same time, I'm not as known out here. So they'll look at me just as a, you know, a regular person walking. But back home, they looking at me like a local star, basically.
Well, they may even look at you as an outsider trying to get in. Right. You're not from here. You didn't grow up with us. That sort of thing.
Yep. And you can't just try to put yourself in their place or try to hop in a clique. Just that ain't where it's at.
How has ATL taken to you in the last 2 years? Have they accepted you? Have you immersed or were you able to immerse yourself with what's already going on, or are you more an outcast, outsider trying to still tap in?
Yeah, I think it's you say, is it accepting? I think it's more me trying to accept it, really. I'm trying to accept Atlanta. Cause I be telling myself, like, sometimes I be wanting to go back home, but it's like, this for the better, and this the right position you need to be in. So I really gotta accept Atlanta, really, before they accept me. But I think they're gonna accept me good when, you know, when things start happening. But I kind of am like an outsider still. I haven't put my foot in the door how I want to yet.
I've seen some people come to Atlanta and they were able to get right in, immerse themselves, and it's almost like, even though they're not from Atlanta, they're taken in, I don't want to say like an Atlanta native or something like that, but they blended well in, and they were able to function like this was their city or they grew up here. And then I've seen other people where they try to get in, try to tap in, and they're kind of still left out in a certain way. They haven't meshed in. They're not part of what's already going on.
Right, I understand what you're saying. Like, and sometimes I catch myself, like, I try to, like, it's two different things. When I'm in St. Louis and I'm in Atlanta, it's like, out here, they got their own kind of, like, you know, their own kind of swag. But see, my thing is, I'm not trying to come here and and fit in and try to, like, I'm from Atlanta. I'm putting myself in the position to put St. Louis somewhere, you know, on the map, on that type of level like Atlanta is. That's what I'm doing.
Has anybody ever been successful from the St. Louis market trying to come to Atlanta? I do see a lot of artists from St. Louis come to Atlanta, they travel, they get things done.
Yeah.
But has anybody able to successfully, with what your image of what you're trying to do, I see what you're trying to do. I understand what you're trying to do. Has anybody been successful at trying to do what you're trying to do?
No, I don't think so. Not from St. Louis. I believe I'm the first one trying to make effort to, and everybody don't get, I was blessed. I feel like, you know, everybody don't get the opportunity to just up and go to Atlanta and their parents be cool with it and things like that. Everybody don't get that opportunity, so I know I'm blessed. That's why I feel like I'm in this position not to try to fit in and ride Atlanta's wave, but to create a lane for my city. That's what I'm trying to do. Put a lane for my city for rappers to come out and the next big things to happen.
Have you ever relapsed yet? Have you, hey, it's been 6 months, I can't take this move anymore, I'm going back to St. Louis. Or I shouldn't have never moved. I should have just stayed in St. Louis like it was. Let me just cut this lease. Let's just get out of here.
Sometimes it go through my head like, man, I should just stay doing what I was doing. Cause really, my buzz, like when I was in St. Louis, it was a big buzz. And then it's kind of like when I left, I feel like people thought, you know, that I turned my back on St. Louis, like it's another artist who went to another city and, you know, finna do his thing out there and forget St. Louis. That's why I have to like go back sometimes, and every time I go back, I just get back. It reminds me like, okay, just things that happen, just bring me back to a lot of space, a different kind of space, like with music and everything. So, but yeah, I relapsed in my mind, but not physically yet.
What keeps you here still?
My drive and my grind, where I want to be. I know if I go back, that's 100 steps back. I'm retracing for no reason. I know if I'm here, I'm moving forward. That's what keep me out here.
These 2 years, how do you judge yourself? Was this the right decision to make? If you could go back and do it over again, would you have stayed in St. Louis and come to Atlanta maybe when you were 18 or maybe 21 or 25? Do you wish you would have stayed in St. Louis?
Yeah, half of me say I should have stayed in St. Louis and waited till I graduated, you know, went to prom, walked the stage with people I've been going to school with, and then another half of me was just ready. Like, it's time. It's time. That's like when I said I'm finna move to Atlanta, it was time. I was clicking. It wasn't like I'm thinking about, should I move or should I stay? It was like I'm finna go now. But I feel like I made the right decision though.
You did.
It was kind of early. 16 was early though. So that's why I say if I would have waited to after graduation, would have been around this time. It kind of would have been the right time too. At the same time.
Your parents, you said your parents supported the move.
Yeah.
Have they asked you to come back? Like, hey, Mauri, just come back home. It's just...
No, my mom haven't asked me. My dad haven't. They know, because they know what they kind of see my vision in a way. My mom kind of see my vision. She see like, okay, he going to Atlanta. That's like a music scene. He likes to do music, so that'll be good for him. But in another way, deep down, they don't say it, but I know they wish I was, me and my brother was there. I know they do.
Has it been easier that you do have a brother in Atlanta with you?
Yeah, because I know he's not going, he out of trouble, he's out the way. That's another reason, like the violence in St. Louis, so he's out the way, I can't watch him. I know he's good.
Parents were okay with him moving with you?
Yep, same thing. He moved December 28, 2016, so 2 days the next year after me.
He was gonna do that anyways, or did you ask him to come?
No, he wasn't, that wasn't on his mind. It was a lot going on at the time. That's what I say for him and his, you know, his life and things. So Atlanta, being out there, and it was kind of like, I ain't look at it when I moved, but after I moved, I kind of seen like he ain't really got his brother around no more. I couldn't really relate to how he was feeling because I was so focused on what I was trying to do. So it's like when he moved, that just made it like even better because it's like, okay, you out here now, so we, you know, we can have fun, we can kick it. Like I ain't gotta FaceTime you, like my brother, you know, you with me. So I got Brother's Keeper tatted on me.
He's in the music business as well?
He do music, yeah.
Rapping like you?
Yeah, he doing his thing. He slept on, but he doing his thing.
Is it ever a conflict of interest or competitiveness between you two, or?
If at first, when he first started, I kind of like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it real, I kind of like was hating on him a little bit. Cause I was like, I wanted him to do it, but I knew like, his thing is like sports. He's a sports type of guy. So when he was doing music, it just made me mad sometimes when I know people do music just cause like other people do it. And that make me feel like my craft ain't I go so hard on my craft and you barely, you know, putting things into it, but you know, but I had to look at it from a different view. Like this could be something, you know, this could be something like two brothers making music together. That's what other people was telling me. So I had to just look at it like, man, that's cool. He could do music too, you know. Everybody can shine, you know. So I had to just stop like not trying to like, you know, let him do it. I'm helping him with his music now. Hey, you should say this. You should use it like this. It should sound like this. So yeah.
Were you worried that he might be better than you? Was that where the hate comes from?
No, it wasn't. I don't think that he would be better than me, but
like, okay, you're a sports guy.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden you're doing this rap stuff like me, and I've been doing this.
And, yeah.
And you're actually better than me. Oh my gosh. Is it? You get what I'm saying?
It wasn't never that, cause I knew, cause he always looked to me like, bro, you hard. You know, he looked to me like that. So, like the hate was more like a love hate. You know, like yeah, do that, bro. But yeah, you could kind of say that. Sometimes I didn't want to feel like, you know, he was surpassing me in a way. But I had to let that go though. I had to look at it from a different vision, and now I'm like, yeah, bro, do this, cause you different. I had to really listen to one of his songs one time. I'm listening to every lyric, and I'm thinking like, man, you can be cold with this. So I'm telling him and things like that. He ran with it. He's still doing it. So
is that him beeping you right now as we're doing the interview, saying
no
that he wants to jump in this interview? Now, I always wondered that about brothers. I always wondered if it was a competitive thing or like a love thing, like helping each other type of thing. Yeah. I never knew how that worked. In
sports, it's different. In sports and music, it's different. Because in sports, I could trash talk them all day. And it won't come off as like hate. Or it'll come off like friendly competition. That's what it'll come off. Because you can't beat me. You know, you can't beat me. Then you end up beating them. So in music, it's kind of like, it's like, it's a fan base type thing, you know? It's a clout type of thing. Who got the most clout? You got the most clout, then you the best, you know? It's kind of like that. So, but I don't even look at it like that. Like I said, like he's cold to me. Like he's better than a lot of artists like that's out here. He's cold to me. Different.
Is he better than you?
Nah, he ain't better than me. Nah.
Would he agree with that?
Nah, he probably, I don't want him to. He need to have that confidence in himself.
So do you guys do a lot of music together or separate?
We got songs together. We haven't released them yet because we gonna do something with it. You know, I want to like do something with it because it's like, I got a kind of like a fan base. He is like low key. He make music low key, but it's hard. So we gonna collab on something and to, you know, get his name out there, things like that.
So you've worked on stuff, but it's not publicly out yet.
Right.
Now, somebody watching this, let's say they're a 16-year-old kid. Let's say they want to make a move, go to another city. Doesn't have to necessarily be Atlanta. Obviously, everybody's circumstances are different, reasons why moving, and cities they're moving to. But let's say it's a 16-year-old kid. He's watching this, she's watching this. What's the advice there? Somebody that wants to move to another city, far away from where they're at now, what do you say to that person?
I say, if you want to do music, then I say really build a fan base in your city first, like to test the waters. You know, see if it could get bigger than what it is. Cause like for me, at a point it got to like I'm walking in malls in St. Louis, and every time I'm getting spotted, I go in barbershops. I leave the barbershop, I get a DM. I just seen you in the barbershop, like everywhere I go. So for me, I felt like I did my job in St. Louis, and it's a small city anyway. So to me, I felt like I did my job. Like people know me, they know my music, they know what I do. So now it's time for the move. So anybody else, I suggest, you know, build your clout in your city first, get your name buzzing, and then decide if you want to make that move and if it's the right move for you.
Is 16 an appropriate age to move for somebody, or should they wait longer, or should they go sooner?
16 is a good age. You like right in the middle. You ain't adulthood, but you ain't the little boy you was no more, you know? So 16 is a decent age, I would say.
And you know, obviously 16 is just an age. There's some people that are more mature than their age, and there's some people that are immature for their age.
Yep.
So I just want to put that out there. Not every 16-year-old is equal
to
another 16-year-old.
I got a partner. My partner like mature fast, but for like all of us really, like we young, but he mature fast. I kind of like looking at bro like, yeah, like that's what's up, you know. And it kind of made me want to get on my feet even more. Like it's time. Like bro just leveled up, kind of, you know, on us. Like we doing young stuff, but bro leveled up in another way. So you right. You can mature. It's mature 15-year-olds that you'll be like, wow.
How often do you go back to St. Louis?
Probably like, I've been back to a year and a half. I've been back to St. Louis 4 times. 4 times in what, like 18 months? 4 times. So, but when I get there, it's all love though. It's all love. It's the me seeing my family, things like that.